I tell you what, he's cheeky, this guy. This is Sam Parker. And I'm interviewing him tonight. I'm interviewing you tonight about your movement that you started, like grab life by the balls. Is that right? Yeah. Now, check that out. Like,
it's
you
like
go,
everywhere.
hat,
Like it's
the
a bit hard to
t-shirt.
miss. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know my viewers are going to be saying now, what did she just say? And I did say, grab life by the balls movement. That is what I said. So, don't worry about the comments and all that and say, like, is she okay? Like, I am okay because I'm with Sam, right? I mean, he's had a great day in Newcastle. He's come down from Queensland and someone has to turn their phone off over there, but that's all right, isn't it? Like, it can only happen to us, can't it?
That's okay.
At least I keep you laughing. I mean,
yeah,
that's
it's
a
great.
good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I mean, what you're targeting men's health, right?
Yeah.
And
it's a metaphor. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
It's a metaphor. That's not actually what happens.
no, that you don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I just
I'm
thought I'd make sure, like, you didn't explain that before, so just.
Right, well, I'm going to explain it now. Even though Sam has got grab life by the balls on his hat and his t-shirt, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they're doing, right, on this day. They're doing a lot of great stuff with men's health and men's mental health issues. And, you know, and it's about guys hanging out, isn't it? And, like, talking about what's going on in their lives. And you tell us what it's about.
Okay. I was just saying, like, it's good to know, like, how well I communicate things. So I was just interested how you explain.
Well, I don't think you can do much with that, like, title, really.
Well, you can do lots with that title.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean it like that.
So anyway,
let's get back to the.
Well, there's heaps of stuff. Suicides are becoming a major issue, particularly with men in Australia. 6 men a day commit suicide in Australia. It's the leading cause of death between 15 and 44 for Australian men.
Did you get those stats? Like,
kills more
6 a day.
More men than the road toll every year die of suicide. And there's some amazing, like, there's heaps of amazing organisations that deal with the crisis part of that point. But the scary stat is there's over 50% of those suicides are caused by one event in their life, like a bankruptcy or a divorce or a separation or getting fired, that sort of thing.
So it's not actually they're suffering with a mental health issue.
There's a major part of that.
Yeah.
But there's almost, some of the stats I was seeing is almost 58%. It's just
Wow.
one thing. They don't have depression, they don't have anxiety, they don't have substance abuse. It's just one thing that triggers them. And I was like, well, that's pretty shit. Like, that's amazing that that's a stat. And because we just think that it's a mental health thing that, yeah, they've just decided. But there's just one thing that sets them off. And there's plenty of support when the shit has already hit the fan, but there's not much before that. But if there's guys out there that are getting to this point where they're just going to disappear, what's going on before that, and how can we help?
So this is like an awareness and a preventative.
Well, yeah, it's about guys, literally, like the metaphor is to grab life by the balls, by take action, take a stand, and it's about...
Be a mate to someone.
Yeah, there's heaps of things about what it means to grab life by the balls, but that's one of them. And, you know, connection's, like, huge. So I like all those quirky stats from research and stuff. They compared loneliness to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So if you're actually having connection, it's actually really good for your health. And like on the radio interview that we had this week that you listened to me for the first time, because we only met.
Yeah, we just
officially
met. Well,
today. We're
that's
Facebook
right.
friends, but
yeah,
we officially met
just
today.
met today. Yeah.
And
you seem to get on okay.
Yeah, and so it's better. You know, like you can have a pie, or have a burger like James and I did today, and have a beer and have a chat. And it's actually really good for guys to do that. You know, after 35, guys start to lose male connections. You know, they're busy working and doing other things. Stereotypically, guys need connection. We're still pretty primal. We're still a bit, maybe a bit slow, women might say. We're a bit slow on the upkeep on certain things. But that's because we're usually trained, you know, if it was back in time and we're going out hunter-gathering, the guys go out hunting together, they're side by side, and they go out and do things together, and that's how our brain works. We've got to do things as well as communicate. So, like, standing around a barbie or having a beer or something like that is so much more relaxed than sitting down. Like, how many times, we were just talking about it before, you know, you have a barbecue, male, female friends all together, and how often do the women, it just happens.
I know,
women sit around and have a chat, and the guys stand around, probably giving each other shit and that sort of thing, or playing a bit of cricket on the side or whatever they're doing, but they're standing around the barbie. Like, That's how guys do it, and we want to keep it real. There seems to be a gap for guys to be able to help guys or to get guys to grab life by the balls. Is that no one's keeping it? Well, I shouldn't say no one, but what we want to do is keep it real in that space. We understand that guys may not want to talk. If you want to talk, that's fine. You know, there's a whole array of things that can happen, and that's part of the name as well, is just to make it less BSy, less wanky, for lack of a better term. Keeping it real, keeping it about Aussie mateship, and just keeping, not so politically correct, we kind of have to be a little bit, but keeping it real.
And I think that's one thing that I said to you, that when I listened to your interview, I thought it just sounded so real that, you know, it wouldn't matter who you were, you could relate to what you were saying, which is really important when you're trying to get that message out there, like come along and be a part of what I'm doing, and everyone will benefit. Like, I'm sure everyone will benefit from that. But let's get back to, I've just noticed grab life by the balls on the wall over there.
It's good drawing, isn't it?
Wow.
The
Wow,
balls are
I
everywhere
know
today.
you can't see that, but I've just looked around at a wall that I've been looking at for quite a few years that never had on, and then I've just looked there and there it is painted in letters about that big. So that's a reminder, I think, that I get it right and I don't get all the words mixed up. Is that right? Would that be right? Yes.
Are you saying the balls are on my shoulder?
Well, it's not in your
Sorry.
court. So let's get back to... Oh, you weren't meant to laugh at that.
Oh, sorry.
But that's all right. Let's get back to Sam Parker. Let's talk about you and how... Well, in a previous life, what were you doing? Chiropractor?
Well, I still am at the
Right.
moment. As
Yeah.
we do this, still a chiropractor.
So how did this kind of come from you going to work each day and being a chiropractor and thinking about this or actually doing this? How did that start?
Yeah, great question. I'm trying to get it
I'm
down
full
pat.
of good questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it down pat.
I just wish I could put them all into one show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think you're going all right
Yeah,
tonight.
okay.
So, I'm a chiropractor based on the Sunshine Coast at the moment, and I graduated from Melbourne, and I stopped playing. You know, we moved to the Sunshine Coast. Like, it's like living here. There's the beach and there's plenty of coffee, and I was like, there's no point me playing cricket anymore. I'm done. And so there was a big void around. That was a big part of my life, but it was also a lot of male camaraderie, mateship, and a lot of stuff with guys. And then we moved up, and then we went to the local organic cafe, and that's just what we did. We had coffee there, and we had all these female friends. I didn't really have any guy friends, and it took quite a while, and a bit of social isolation, a bit of loneliness around having some good male mates that I really trusted and really cared about, and that took some time. And I kind of noticed that. Inadvertently, a year or two later, about 10 of us guys in this, in our group, we all got together, just one of those things that all the stars aligned. There was a heap of us that got together, went for a burger, and then the coffee shop next to the burger place was a whiskey bar that was actually, unfortunately for them, was quite quiet. Lots of good whiskey, but it was a bit quiet. But it was a great space for guys just to have a chat. And I was like, this is really cool. And I was like, I've been looking for something because I'd done a lot of personal development and was sort of helping people in that space. But it was usually women. And I find women have different issues that I don't understand, and I just wasn't really feeling it. I wanted to help guys more. But guys, when you've got something to help guys with, guys probably run 50 k's in the opposite direction once you start saying that. So I wanted to help in a way that would relate to the target market. So we started running burger nights, and it was called Bros, Burgers and Brews.
Try and say that after a few
Well, it was BBB. It wasn't that hard. Like, you hang out with
BBB, yeah.
it was catchy. Like, I thought it was really good. I high-fived myself internally, gave myself a pat in the back.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but then everyone would go, is Bros on, is Burgers on, is Brews Burgers and
See
Bros
what I
now?
mean?
Like,
How you get them all mixed up.
Yeah, and no one remembered it. So I was always looking for a new name.
Yeah.
But that continued on, and then I have to make up a story because I literally cannot remember. It was probably with my mate. It was probably with my mate Tim.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at things like pull your socks up and that sort of thing. But grab life by the balls happened, and that's what we call it now. And we've been running very laid back events on the Sunshine Coast for over 2 years now. I suppose the other aspect that really got things going was around July or August last year. So my son would have been just over 1. we live in a beautiful part of the country, just in Kawana, on the Sunshine Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Great spot, not too far from the beach, not too far from my work. Great spot to live. Beautiful, healthy son, lovely, adoring wife, who, you know, she's amazing. Great job, got the career, got it all sorted on the outside, but on the inside I kind of felt hollow and stuck and frustrated and annoyed. And I kind of felt like I'd done everything, and to no one's fault, but I felt like I'd done everything. I thought I was meant to be happy now, and I wasn't. I was like, what? What's going on here? And, you know, that was just the track that I followed, and I think a lot of guys follow that track, making money.
I was just going to say that's really common, you know, because you get to that stage, you spend your life like looking for that beautiful woman in your life and starting a family and getting the family home sorted and great job and all that, and then bang, you go, what do I do now?
Ticked all the boxes, and I was like, okay, what else? And then I found like, I distinctly remember playing golf, and you know, just having a chat with some of the guys, and then because you're out, it wasn't that long that we're out in the course, but not that I'm a very good golfer.
I always sit at the bar and I play golf.
Yeah, no, don't.
No.
And then the conversations that we started having, and they were mates of mine that I was getting pretty close with, and then you'd hear their stories, and you look at old mate there, and he'd have his own business, have the brand new car, and you know, they'd have the amazing house, and you know, but then when you talk about, you know, buying a house, I was like, oh, don't do that, no, it's like the worst thing you ever do. You feel suffocated, you feel stuck, you've got to keep making money. You listen to the other guy that runs his own business and does his own thing, and it's going really well, and he's like, oh, it's so busy, like I can't, you know, like, we all had some shit going on. And I was like, this can't be just us, because I thought those two had their shit together. To some people, I found
because on the outside, people look like that, don't they? But then when you get into that environment where they're comfortable and you're chatting, and you know, you're trusting too, because you're you know, talking about stuff that's, you know, you don't go around telling everyone. Yeah, so I can, I mean, a lot of people are in that boat, like.
I was like, well, like, I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to personal development. I love reading about that sort of stuff and researching and that sort of thing. That's my little passion, my little hobby, which is growing. My balls are growing. That's kind of wrong, isn't it? Anyway, we'll work on that. But that's my passion. I've done invested a lot of time and money into that, and I was kind of like, well, why do I feel like shit? I've spent, you know, a good chunk of time and money trying to sort my shit out, and I still feel like this. Like, well, if I'm feeling like that, how's everyone else feeling that's just going about doing their thing? And I was like, well, we've got to do something about this. And then you look at the stats, and you read stuff from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. You know, it's like, it's pretty scary. And then that's the other scary one, is that they say about 48%, so almost 1 in 2 people will have a mental health condition or disorder in their lifetime. And to think that Jacko, who's my little son Jackson, who's, I never know what to say, whether it's 21 months or 1 3/4 or almost 2, but anyway.
21 months, I think.
21 months,
because we relate to that as women.
Okay, cool. So 21 months. I was like,
yeah.
That little dude's got a 50% chance of having
sad,
something like
isn't
that.
it?
And I was like, holy, that really struck a chord. And I was like, got to do something.
So this became really personal for you in that
I think
stage.
it had to, yeah. When just like seeing my journey and getting frustrated with where I was, and then knowing those stats, and then looking at like that little guy, he's my world. Like he's my driving purpose.
That's like me saying, you know, I've got 8 grandchildren, so 4 of those are going to have mental health issues. And that is scary. It's scary to even think that perhaps one of them could, but half of them are. Yeah. That's really, when you look at it like that, it really makes you think about things, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I had this crazy idea, and we hadn't talked about this today, but like
But you haven't talked to them about it.
No, I didn't even talk to Shireen about this either.
Oh, this is an exclusive.
Like exclusive.
I've got an exclusive. Wow.
Did you want to do a news flash like that? So I've had a lot of women help me.
Oh, help you, right?
Yeah. So
isn't that
like
amazing?
a lot of like I've had some mentors and stuff, and some of them being guys that have been excellent, but sort of the ones that all got me to grab life by the balls and step up and make a bigger difference to what we're doing, you know, what grab life by the balls looks like today, was all driven by women. I didn't think I had anything. Like I was talking about these concepts and stuff with guys, and they kind of sit there and give you nothing. And then I spoke to these women who are in a coaching group with a lady called Karen Smith. I'll hook you up.
All right, hook me up
Yeah.
with her. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's awesome. So Bali bomb survivor,
Oh, wow.
partner committed suicide.
Oh.
Her story's insane, and she stepped up and she pulled herself out of a whole heap of shit. And she coaches people and does that sort of stuff. And I've had a lot of training with her, but I've been in this private group that she runs with all these other women. Told them what I was doing, and you should have seen their jaws. I was like, oh, right, I'm actually onto something. I know what's
Because
going on.
that's their husbands and their boyfriends and their
Yeah.
fiancés and their
Yeah.
brothers and fathers.
Oh, and Catherine's like my wife. She's awesome. Like she understands me better than I do. She just gives me the space to figure it out. And
Yeah.
it doesn't take a month now. It might take a week or a couple of days to figure out what my own shit's going on. But she gives me that space. I've got an amazing team of women behind me that have helped me along the way and are still helping me today. Like
Well,
with
we're the
Shireen.
nurturers. I mean,
Yeah.
it just...
Yeah, so it's not just the guy thing, it's a whole issue, because, you know, the guy goes home and he's got to be a role model for the kids, he's interacting with his wife or his partner, you know, like, if the guy's grabbing life by the balls and he's inspired and empowered on purposes, which is what we're trying to create, it's going to be a much better environment for the whole family, let alone
Absolutely.
that individual bloke. So,
So, we were talking before about... and you've got the board shorts on, I can see too.
yeah, I was going to wear the singlet, but I think they must be in the wash. So.
Yeah, well... oh, seriously.
And
No, you should hang out with this guy. Like, you'll get a few giggles out of it. So we've had a good afternoon.
We've had a good day, I think.
Yeah. You've had a terrific day. You've been
Yeah, I
around
quite
the
enjoyed
beach
the first
and-
story that I met you today, you know, like
What first?
in the shop today.
Oh, when I got caught with my pants
Got
down.
caught with your pants down.
No,
or something.
it's not like, you know, it's not what you're all thinking right now, but really it is. And I literally, because you all know that I've got a dress shop, so I do have some funny stories because I tend to live life, you know, like I've had a pretty hectic life, and I grab my life by the balls myself, if you can say that. Can you say it as a female?
Well, like I mentioned earlier today, there's a breakaway group
What
in
is it?
Mooloolaba.
Yeah.
Well, there's two groups. There's the vets, and they want to start the Leave My Balls Alone Club, but they're in that age group where they're probably getting that, you know, getting a few tests. But then there's a group of ladies, and they decide to grab, you know, they're going to grab life by the titties. So I have to get some shirts made up.
I think I'd be more like grab life by the buns or something, you know.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, like yeah, you've got me speechless. Like, is that possible?
I didn't think it would be. But
Hey, this boy's got it, I'm telling you. He's powered up. So, yeah, well, anyway, get back to that thing.
Where were
Like,
we?
today I was trying something on and, you know, I needed to get the jeans off and I just kicked them and they went underneath the rack. And then I've got the top on and then someone's come down and...
a guy walked in.
Yeah, a guy walked in to pick up a lay-boy and I have literally, you've caught me with my pants down. So, but, you know, like when I said it, I didn't think it was funny, but he thought it was hilarious.
It's just not the story you tell to someone when you first meet them.
I
But, you
know, but that's me.
There was no filter, it was good. I liked it.
Never a filter with me. But that's me. Like, I get excited. I've got to talk. I'm like, you know, there's like, I should be really two bodies. I'm sure I should have been twins because, you know, I talk and move enough for two people.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I figure this is...
Are you a Gemini as well?
No, I'm not. My sister's Gemini. I'm a Sagittarian.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe you can't tell that.
I don't know these things. I just know I'm a Gemini. So.
You thought that was the right thing to say.
Well, you sort of talking about the twins and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
right.
I have my
No.
finger on the pulse there. But
Could you imagine two of me in this world? Good Lord. My mum is going to put a comment on here right now, I can tell you right now, and my whole family will be...
G'day, Mum.
Yeah, there'll be none of, like, there couldn't be two of me, as she says. Like, but I've given her a hard time, but we'll get back to why we're really here.
Yeah, so
Not to talk about me getting caught in my
hey,
pants
it's
down.
your show, so
Yeah.
whatever.
What's your show tonight?
Oh, our show.
It's our show.
Yeah.
Aw, that's a great partnership. So, we were talking about, how did we get onto that anyway?
I don't know.
We're talking about the board shorts because
board shorts,
I
yeah,
wanted
sorry.
to progress into the world's biggest barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that is a doozy.
That's what I was trying to talk about before we got sidetracked. So
yeah,
thank you.
well, you got to, yeah, all right. We should do a show, like a comedy show. I reckon it'd be pretty good on stage. Yeah, so we're talking about the world's biggest barbecue.
Yep.
Because it just goes that it just fits in with what you're doing, the whole thing, doesn't it? And I'm sure if someone's out there and they listen to this show and they've got anything that they want to contribute to this, that, you know, they can contact through
Well, I
our
haven't done the
website
spiel yet. Do you
or-
want me to do the spiel around that?
Oh,
Because that was bleeding in with the women as well. Because
right.
the women were challenging me to, you know, step up and grab life by the balls a bit more. And how can I take what we're already doing? How can we do that to a bigger level? And knowing that un-Australian stat that 6 men a day commit suicide, which we mentioned earlier, I was like, well, that's pretty un-Australian. Well, and no judgment. Everyone has their breaking point, but that's something that I feel like we can change. And I was like, oh, we're doing barbecues and stuff. Well, let's go to the Oracle. Let's go to Google. World record barbecues, and
None.
I was shocked.
So got to do it.
I was speechless.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't have as many words as you do, but I probably won't talk after we finish the interview because I've done my word count for the day. But none of the world records, which is like, and there's like how much meat at the barbecue,
Oh,
like
you could have the world's...
how big the barbecue actually
Imagine the
was.
world's longest sausage. Like,
So
no, I'm serious.
everyone's laughing now. You really.
Okay.
Well, come on, you.
No, but I am thinking, like, can you just imagine closing down the Sydney Harbour Bridge and just having, like, a great big massive barbecue with the world's longest sausage? No, I mean, you know, like, it's...
The mind boggles.
It does. I think you just go crazy. Like, you know, well, it's probably a bad choice of words considering who I'm interviewing and why.
But you know,
Yeah,
but all
I
these
love-
records were like held by South American, Central American
No.
countries.
That's not right.
I know, un-Australian.
Oh no, we've got to
So
do...
Mexico holds a world record for the most people at a barbecue. Just can't speak anymore.
No, I can't believe that.
I know, it's
Mexico.
shocking, isn't it?
Oh, that's
It's un-Australian.
Yeah, that's right.
If we think we're decent at barbecues, it's about time we own that record.
That's right, and that's why people need to pull together and
That's
make this a
what
really
we're-
big success.
That's what we're working on. So if
Yeah.
you know anyone at Bunnings or someone that has a lot of snags, like a Coles or a Woolies, we're working on a few other national
We'll
sponsors.
just get an
for this thing.
Avatar to come on board.
Yeah, we need a heap of snacks.
And a
Let's
farm.
go.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
And because, like what I've talked about, of shooting, biting off more than I can chew, which is how my brain thinks, is that if we get someone like a Bunnings, maybe, and we have a barbecue, they have a barbecue, people register for a barbecue, we have a really big one on the Sunshine Coast or even Newcastle, because you guys rock, we could potentially, and New Zealand, so Bunnings, Australia and New Zealand, because they're not in the UK anymore, but we could potentially get 1 million people having a barbecue about men's mental health on one
Yeah.
day.
Have you got a website or something where people can go to?
grablifebytheballs.com.au.
Well, that's logical, isn't it? Why did I even say that?
Yeah.
So, you know, like, contact Sam.
There's a get in touch tab if you want to reach out
Yeah,
and leave us a
get in-
message.
Yeah, if you've got some ideas, or if you're in the know with Bunnings, or if you're in the know with anyone that could help in that situation, like, or if you want to be the person to help get this record happening, you know, you're in media or whatever, contact Sam, grablifebytheballs.com.au.
Yep.
And see what you can do to help, you know. So, wow, this is just...
Thanks for that plug. That was great. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah. Should be an advertising, right? So, when do you envisage that this would happen? Like, when are you planning for this?
We're looking at a few dates, and we don't want to clash with other organisations such as Movember and those other organisations that are doing great work in
And
this
then you've got to
space.
have the weather to be able to have the barbie, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of dates in mind, but it's probably too early. We need a few other things to be sorted out, and we want to do it properly. We don't want to half-ass it.
No.
And it needs a lot of good organisation, so event planners, that'd be great.
Event planners, yeah.
Yeah. And so ideally it'd be later this year. But look, if we do it properly and it's next year, I'm okay with that as well, because I think it's a really good idea, it's a really good concept, and we want to nail it. Do a reasonable job the first time, but not do a half-assed job the first time. So I'm not too It's our thing. We've mentioned it here, so it was our idea. So,
So how many barbecues did they do in Mexico?
I don't know how many barbecues they did, but they got 45,252 people. So it's just a barbecue for 50,000 of my closest friends.
Yeah, that'll be nothing. That'll just happen.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
No dramas. That's not many snags. Maybe
No.
100,000 snags.
So all in the one place, or
I think we've got to check a few things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll probably have to be in one place. We're not sure of all the logistics of that, and it costs a fair bit. The first, Guinness to come out is actually quite expensive. So
yeah.
whether it's unofficial or official, there's just a lot of things to work out.
I think
with
it's a
that.
fabulous idea.
Yeah,
I'm an Aussie and I love the idea.
I feel like I'm on the castle. I feel like I'm the ideas man.
Yeah.
And I've got some smart people that'll pull me back to earth and will help me out with that on our soon-to-be board when we become a not-for-profit.
So that's the next step for you?
Well, that's one of the things we just need to tick off. It's all ready to go. We just need to get together and sort that out. So we should be that paperwork should be sorted by us, not actually processed by the end of the month.
So next up for you is a gig in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And what date is it?
Sunday, the 24th of February.
Mm-hmm.
So not this Sunday, the following Sunday.
Yes.
At the Blind Monk, which is just around the corner from Total Balance Chiropractic where we are tonight.
Good plug, see?
Yeah.
Hey.
Who have helped me out massively. James and Sharon have done a great job.
And they're in Lindsay Street?
Oh, I didn't know that, yeah. Yeah,
Lindsay Street in Hamilton,
Yeah.
New South Wales, Australia. I do have a lot of overseas viewers, so I can understand if you're in the US and you just might not make it. I'll forgive you this time. So I'm just thinking, even India, I'll forgive you. But if you're around Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia, and you want to come to this event, it's on at the Blind Monk, which is in Beaumont Street in Hamilton, which is where I have my shop, Lotus. And it starts at 2 o'clock. It'll finish around 4. And it's $15. I mean, that's nothing. $15.
And that includes a drink as well.
And you get a drink for that. Like some bars I've been to, I've paid more than that for a drink.
Murray's Brewing has come on board. We've got the Angry Man keg, and they're doing a Karma keg for us. So everyone that...
All right, let's stop right there.
Oh, sorry.
So, it's the Angry Man keg, is it?
That's the brew.
The brew. Angry Man brew, which is really quite...
I think we could... I'll have to, work on my
Yeah, maybe
routine.
get rid of the anger thing. But anyway...
I think that'll work well with it.
Yeah.
You can tie that in with the balls.
Right,
and
and it's fighting with the balls. Wow. And it's a karma keg. So the idea, what's a karma keg?
that they don't charge, so all the proceeds will come to Grab Life by the Balls.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Who thought of that?
Phil at the Blind Monk and the team there are awesome as well, and they're bending over backwards to make this happen for us as well, and they've been excellent as well. So
Well, they do a lot for our community.
Yeah.
There's a lot of groups that meet there and they do contribute quite a bit
awesome.
to our community.
Yeah.
So we need to support them as well. So the Blind Monk, you want to go and have afternoon drinks or something like that, just duck along there. Great atmosphere, great alcohol, good coffee. Yeah, it's not a bad place. I kind of like
and
it.
so you can get your tickets from the
Oh,
website.
that's the point.
Yeah.
So what website do they go to?
It'll be under grablifebytheballs.com.au.
Yes.
And just go to the events tab and it'll be...
So is that the only way they can get tickets?
Well,
so
you can find it through Total Balance Chiropractic. They're
in Lindsay Street, Hamilton?
Lindsay Street,
Yeah.
Hamilton, on Facebook. If you look for them on Facebook, it's one of their events.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also look on Facebook under Grab Life by the Balls. We've also got that in our event section of our Facebook page as well. And that'll
So
take you through
if
the website.
someone didn't get to get on the website and they were just going through Hamilton on that day about that time, can they just turn up and go and buy a ticket?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
If
so you're
it's
not going to
sold
turn
out,
people away.
Well, if it's not, well, it depends on how many people are there. We're just on the news tonight, so
Yeah.
who knows?
NBN News, like, hopefully people really saw that and checked it out. Thank you, NBN Newcastle.
Yeah, and Shireen.
Yeah, and thank you, Shireen Smith, for your wonderful work. Thank you, Total Balance
So if it's not
Chiropractic.
sold, if it's not sold out, yeah, there should be room.
Okay.
I'm sure we can.
So
make
what
things
is the
work.
plan for that day? Like, what does that event entail for someone turning up there? What is it? What are we doing? I turn up there,
Yep.
I paid my $15.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one drink, I know that.
Great.
I'm going to buy many more,
Yeah,
and I'm going to get an Uber home.
great.
what am I doing there? What is it? You having guest speakers?
So
or
we've got Todd Sargent from 2NURFM.
That's 2NURFM. Todd Sargent. Now I'm interviewing him in a couple of weeks' time, 2 weeks' time.
And he's
So-
doing some great work with his Facebook stuff with men as well. Blokes
Yeah.
Matter.
Blokes Matter.
So he's quite.
That's his organisation,
Yep.
yeah, and he's very engaged in that. So he'll be
emceeing.
emceeing, yes.
We've had some other people come in and out today that we've talked to, and different organisations that are going to help promote us. I'll speak. You know.
Will you be able to by then, do you think?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that talk will be about the benefits of guys hanging out together, but also talking about what's going on between our ears and what we can do about it, and just giving guys some understanding of what may be coming up for them. You know, we've been trained not to feel our emotions, not to investigate that sort of stuff. I mean, you know, we put up brick walls and we build a pretty tight-knit castle, and sometimes our castle gets knocked down and we don't know what's next. So just giving some understanding around what's going on for guys in between our own ears, or for the women that have, you know, maybe they can't drag their partner along, or maybe they should.
I think
Yeah,
they should.
yeah, but women love to know what's going on for guys, and you know, we communicate so differently, and it's really hard. Women really want to know, and guys, generally speaking, aren't trained to talk about things and express things, so they find it really hard to come to the party. It's not sometimes that they don't want to communicate, it's this, that it's really hard.
And see, sometimes too, like, you know, if me being female and my husband, he's got problems, whatever, it's like a great thing for that man to go and, I'm not saying he's got problems, but it's a great thing for that man to be able to go somewhere and talk to someone about it. Because like you say, you know, growing up, especially in that generation, it's not cool to talk about your personal stuff, and it's certainly not cool to show emotion.
No, but what we've found is, like, pretty much any guy, no matter what job you do, where you are at in life, there's some shit going on.
That's right,
So
yeah.
you're not alone. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine, but just get an understanding of what's going on can make all the difference. And we do it in a, you know, no fuss, no BS kind of way. It's not like we're going to jump up and down and high-five each other afterwards. It's just keeping it real. I'll have to wear shoes because it's licensed premises, but I'll feel a bit overdressed.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay to go without shoes. So look, like, where's that time gone? Where's that time gone? Like, we're finishing up, and, you know, each and every week that I have my guest on the show, I ask them that just maybe there's a couple of guys out there now on their computer and they're watching this show, and they may be feeling pretty, you know, yucky within and thinking like, wow, this is not a bad idea, or they might want to even come along on Sunday. But what would be a message of hope that you would give someone that's sitting at home right now that's just watched this show and maybe they're in a bit of a predicament, or, you know, like, what would be a message of hope that you would give someone? You can look down the camera and...
I was just summing it up and
Yeah,
trying to make it really, really good.
yeah.
We've all, I think, male and female, we've all got some shit going on, and you're not the only one. And I think that can help a lot. If you have a look at, for guys, I usually talk about footy or sport or something like that. Every sports star has had a rough patch in their career, and they've gone through some shit as well, and they usually come out the other side. I quite like business books at the moment. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the creator of Nike. Those kind of books about guys that are really, really ultra successful, have gone through a heap of shit, have almost been bankrupt, have had a heap of pressure, had family members die. Phil Knight had his son died at a young age, and it should have happened, kind of thing. Those kind of stories, they're all real, and all these guys have worked through that stuff before, so you're not the only one. If you need to, get in touch with Lifeline if you feel like you really need to talk to someone. Send us a message on Facebook, but if you're really in trouble, talk to Lifeline. Have a look at other sporting guys, sporting stars, they've all gone through stuff. Read some autobiographies, listen to some biographies of that sort of stuff. All these guys have gone through hell and high water, to make money, to break through. They've gone through financial trouble. They've gone through family stress. You're not the only one. It happens to all of us. But it is about what you do next. And there's plenty of people that want to see you grab life by the balls.
Well done. Well, it makes me want to clap.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so, you know, I'm hoping everyone enjoyed tonight's show. And I'll just say a couple of thank yous. Obviously, I can't thank everyone. So we've got Reese Smithies. Now, I actually said to Reese, you've got to watch this interview, and he did. Bless you, Reese. And I hope it kind of rings clear with a couple of things. And Shireen Smith, hello, Sam and Kelly. She's in the studio with us right now. Joanne Quirk, Gavin Scott, Adrian Pontifex, Debbie O'Donoghue, Vicky Good. Hey, hi. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Hi, Vicky Good. Dirk, I've got one thing to say to you. I've got one thing to say to you, Vicky Good. No, two things. Durka. Anyway, Jodie Denning Thompson. Hi, Jodie. Shay Rogers. Thank you, Shay, for joining us tonight. Mandy McDonald. Chris Rourke. Now, I will be interviewing Chris, and I say that every time I see her name pop up, that she is coming on board.
You need some females back on, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny how the dynamics work like that?
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially I'm doing men's health, I think it's really amazing.
Did you get Alan Stevenson as well?
No,
Did you miss that one?
Hey, let's have a look. Where's that?
Up from, yeah, there's there. Did you miss that?
Alan Stevenson.
Wouldn't want you to be sexist or anything.
No. Hi, Alan. Hey, listen. Alan Stevenson, thank you so much for, for coming on tonight and saying hello. Like, Alan Stevenson is a profiler. Very,
oh, cool. Yeah,
very good profiler. So I reckon I should have you on as well, Alan Stevenson. So now I'm having you on my show. I'll be ringing you. So we've got Anne Jeffries Beckett. We've got Ben Latham. Hi, Ben. Wayne Lennon. Thank you, Wayne, for joining in. Samantha Jade. Hey, I hope things are going really well for you, Samantha. Richard Evans. Hey, Richard. Thanks for joining in. He's my neighbour.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So good on you, Richard. And his son works with a lot of young people with sport, like running to coaching, soccer and all that sort of thing. So it's a good thing, you know, like these are my neighbours. So don't hold that against me when I get home tonight. Denise Martin, that's my beautiful sister. Thank you for joining me tonight. Like, I just love it when you watch one of my shows, and I love you. And we've got Lyndall Dixon. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm sorry that I don't go through and mention everyone's name, but, you know, I do thank you from the bottom of my heart, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to be living my dream, you know, and this is my dream. Even though I'm out there doing all this beautiful stuff for all you wonderful, wonderful people out there, it's because I believe in you, and I want to see you guys grab life by the balls. Hey, you like that?
Yeah, high five for that.
Hey, not bad.
Can I say
Pretty
thanks?
good.
Can I say thanks to Shireen?
Absolutely, you
She's
can.
been the master. Well, can I say that, Colby? Is that okay? She's been the mastermind of everything that's happened today.
Yeah,
She's driven me around. She's chauffeured me. We had breakfast. She's given me like.
And I hear she cooked for you too. Did she cook for you?
I don't know. Yeah.
No,
sure.
is that to come?
Oh! And then I got like this. I know everything about Newcastle now. It was amazing this morning and everything that she's done for James. For having me here at Total Balance and getting the balls started in Newcastle has been amazing. And then Tom and Carmen for putting me up. So I've been staying in their spare room.
Oh, that's lovely,
that's
isn't
really
it?
helped.
Yeah.
So it's
awesome.
Can't wait to come back.
Well, we're gonna have to do an updated. It'll probably have to
if
be
you
an
can
hour
fit me in,
show. Well, I'm just so busy.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah, I see
Being
your
so
diary
popular.
Might be next year.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to do something about the barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just something.
We'll keep
that,
you in the loop.
Yeah, I know you will. So, you know, it's goodbye from me to you, and know that, you know, out of everything, that you guys out there, you're going to be okay. Now just remember that. No matter what, you're going to be okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.